What's up guys, Mike here, and yes, today we are looking at the dirtiest play from all 30 NBA teams. Trust me when I say this is a great one. For this intro, I am showing the Atlanta Hawks because if you didn't know, Trae Young and Grayson Allen have certainly traded blows in the past. And also guys, before we jump into this, I do want to say please make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications. It really does mean a lot. These videos take a lot of time. And let's continue on with the Boston Celtics. We have Kelly Olynyk and then we have Kevin McHale. For Olynyk, was this intentional on Kevin Love? You decide.
3 for 3. Olynyk and Love fighting for it, and this is going to be cool. Did Love hurt himself?
Yes, he did.
His shoulder popped out.
What we do know is that Love missed the rest of the playoffs with this injury and possibly cost the Cavs a championship this season. We'll never fully know for sure. What we do know is that Kelly Olynyk certainly has the reputation of a dirty player. Now, as for Kevin McHale,
Here's Kareem, outlet to Worthy, Rambis. And now let's watch it. Cooper and the Celtics, and now the bench is empty.
Okay, so after taking this play in, just consider this fact. This was called a personal foul, nothing more, no flagrant, no technical. To every fan of the 1980s that says that basketball was a lot rougher back then, here you go, this is your moment. Show this clip to everyone, and what's funny here is that while the Lakers obviously were very mad at this play and thought it was way over the line, Larry Bird looked back at this play and said this, quote, "Well, that's where all the flopping started. I don't think Kevin hit him that hard." Also, this play was huge because the Celtics were getting out-muscled by the Lakers and were about to be down 3-1 in the NBA Finals when this play took place, and suddenly the Celtics gained momentum, they gained energy, and they won the finals. Later on, Danny Ainge would call this play inspirational, which I'm sure has Lakers fans enraged. As for the Brooklyn Nets, we are going back to when they were playing in my home state of New Jersey, and Derek Coleman went wild here.
Starks, Coleman. Easy. Look out, look out. Easy there, easy.
Now, there were plenty of heated moments leading up to this, but Coleman just takes out John Starks in what easily could have been a dangerous and injury-filled play. Luckily, Starks was fine, but yeah, Coleman was a wild card. Watch here as he punches his own teammate. Obviously a mistake, but funny nonetheless. For the Charlotte Hornets, we are back in 1993, and we've got a rare one.
Muggsy right there again in the midst of everything.
Oh, wow. Larry Johnson leveled Xavier McDaniel, and now more may break out.
Because while this might not be as dirty as a lot of plays here, on this play, we have a double team. As first, Del Curry bumps McDaniels, and then Larry Johnson finishes him off. Pause. Now for the Chicago Bulls. First, we have a collection of Dennis Rodman moments because sometimes Dennis Rodman just went too far. We all know it, as we can see on several of these plays. Then we have something that a lot of players want to do at some point in their career.
Bauman, a pass. Boozer, strong move in the lane and had enough to get it to go. Fist pumps and almost punched Dan Crawford.
Carlos Boozer just punched a ref in the balls. Man, that had to hurt. And again, that one was for every NBA player that has gotten a lot of bad calls. J.R. Smith is the man for the Cleveland Cavaliers for this video, as he has two clips here.
And the crowd on their feet here at the TD Garden. Alley-oop.
That's a dirty play. Now, they might look at that as a flagrant foul as well, in addition to...
That's a flagrant too, Mike.
As we'll see with the Phoenix Suns later in this video, this type of shove could be career-threatening, so not cool, JR. And neither was this.
Avery Bradley pops out free. And away from the ball, J.R. Smith.
When we watch the replay here, we find that JR practically punched Jay Crowder in the face, and yes, he was ejected. For the Dallas Mavericks, we are doing something we've never done before. First, just to get a clip out of the way here is a dirty play by Zaza. Okay, so with that out of the way, we're going to use the Mavericks section to give Andrew Bynum his own portion of this video. But guys, before we continue, I'm very excited to announce that this video is sponsored by DraftKings, and if you didn't know, DraftKings is hooking you guys up. If you use my promo code Korzemba, you get a shot at millions of dollars in prizes with your first deposit. That already is an amazing deal, and DraftKings in general is just an amazing app. They give out millions of dollars of prizes a week, and if you don't know how DraftKings works, well, let me show you right here. So as you can see, here is my DraftKings account, and I'm scrolling down to find a contest NFL, and I'm going to create a classic 9-man lineup for this Sunday's games. Now, as you can see, I'm entering the $5 million fantasy football millionaire pool, where here I'll create my lineup. Now, in this phase, you draft 9 players, 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, a tight end, a flex, and a defense/special teams. And with these 9 positions, you have to stay within a $50,000 salary cap. From there, you'll rack up fantasy points from touchdowns, yards, field goals, and much more. And by the time all the games are said and done, you will have a chance to win big money. So again, guys, go download DraftKings and use my promo code Korzemba for a chance to win millions of dollars in prizes with your first deposit. Again, my promo code is Korzemba. Trust me, you want the chance to go win millions of dollars in prizes. And for now, let's get back to the video. Yes, I know, Andrew Bynum was not on the Mavericks, but one of these clips certainly involves the Mavericks, and Andrew Bynum deserves his own section in this video, trust me. Because as you can see right here,
Tolliver seemed to grab him, or at least go through his arm on the rebound. As Beasley is hit by...
First, we have Andrew Bynum roughing up Michael Beasley. This was uncalled for, but this is even worse.
Kobe trying to take it away from Wallace. And Wallace hit by Andrew Bynum.
Because on this play, Gerald Wallace actually suffered a collapsed lung because of what Andrew Bynum did. Now, to me, this is a dirty play for sure. It does not look like he's making a play on the ball at all. But the very worst here, and the reason why Andrew Bynum is getting his own section, is this. This is the worst foul I've ever seen.
Not backing down. Barea. Oh, look at that. That is Bynum. He will be ejected, and that's one of the biggest Bush League things I've ever seen. That is terrible.
I mean, come on. This was obviously a frustration foul because the Lakers were done for, their season was over, and it was also just crazy dangerous. I mean, JJ Barea drives to the basket and Andrew Bynum throws a forearm into his chest. Now looking at the Denver Nuggets, and speaking of completely uncalled for.
Rebound collected by Bridges. Foul on Jokic. Down goes Payne in a crush. The face, and here we go.
I mean, come on. The MVP definitely deserved to be thrown out of a playoff game for this disgusting display. I'm sure LeBron would have gotten the same treatment. And yes, guys, I feel like I need to say this. I am joking. I do think Jokic should have gotten a foul, but I definitely don't think he should have been ejected. Of course, for the Detroit Pistons, we have to start with Bill Laimbeer, a member of the Bad Boy Pistons who committed plenty of dirty fouls in his time in the league, including this one on Larry Bird.
They got that master man there trying to find open people.
C-Sting, and 24-second clock goes down, and Bird and Laimbeer go at it.
Shout out to Bird for just taking this and fighting back, literally. As for recent times, let's watch as Andre Drummond first does this.
Vasquez with a bounce to James Johnson. And a little bump down.
And then against Giannis in the playoffs.
The most valuable player award in the NBA. It is just astonishing. The Kumbo underneath, taking contact, and look out. This will get the attention of the officials.
The man just flat out shoves Giannis, a horrible non-basketball play. In my opinion, there's no room for that kind of stuff. I guess that actually sums up this whole video. And when we think of dirty plays with the Golden State Warriors, the first thing that comes to mind is Draymond Green kicking a lot of people in the balls, which was bad, of course, but the Warriors also had Zaza Pachulia. Now to me, Zaza is the worst one.
Leonard fires from the corner. And Leonard goes down again. And he's in pain again in front of the Spurs bench.
I don't think anyone can say that Zaza didn't purposely slide his foot under Kawhi as Kawhi went up for a shot here. And because of this, after the Spurs were up by 30 points in the third quarter of the Western Conference Finals, Game 1, they would proceed to get swept, and Kawhi would only play 9 more games for the Spurs in total before heading to the Raptors. This was a history-changing dirty play, and the Spurs as a franchise have definitely felt it in recent years. Heading on, oh look, for the Houston Rockets, it's Patrick Beverley.
He used to go to the front of the rim, pick up that garbage.
It's no surprise that both Pat and Russ do not like each other at all. They might hate each other, and I definitely don't blame Russ, as on this play that we're watching right here, he tore his meniscus, which meant he needed several surgeries and was done for the 2013 playoffs. I mean, I don't blame him for holding a grudge. For the Indiana Pacers, there's really only one thing we need to mention. It's the Malice at the Palace. I don't really need to say any more. I've done a video on the Malice at the Palace. There's recently been a documentary on the Malice at the Palace. So we're going to continue on with the Los Angeles Clippers, and here he's back.
Oh, what? I mean, that's as unsportsmanlike as it gets. Patrick Beverley losing control.
Patrick Beverley is, of course, here with 2 plays on Chris Paul. You just watched the first one where he shoves Chris Paul in the back, and here is play number 2.
Kawhi take it in. The escape hatch was there, but he couldn't find the finish. Foul, Beverly.
Fouling people this hard and just playing dirty is not being a good defender. That's all I've got to say. Let's just continue to the Los Angeles Lakers, where we're going to keep things simple, as we've already mentioned Andrew Bynum. So first up, we have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who after a cheap shot does this. Yes, you not only watched Kareem punch someone in the face, but he also broke his own hand here, was given a record $5,000 fine, and the man he punched, Kent Benson, was the #1 overall pick, who was playing in his first game, and Kareem would miss enough games to miss the All-Star game this year, the only time he missed the All-Star game in his 20-year career. That is insane. And moving on, I'm sure you've guessed it, we've got Ron Artest and James Harden. Like, get off me. I thought it would have been on the shoulder, like just rubbed get off, not an elbow. I didn't really hit Harden, he would have had a knot. Artest was suspended 7 games for this, which to me was understandable because I disagree with him. I think he did hit Harden. But moving on, we also of course have Kermit Washington breaking Rudy T's face here, but I've also covered this in an entire video if you want to go watch that. The Memphis Grizzlies are another one of those teams that has one player that has done a lot, and that player has done a lot recently. I'm looking at you, Grayson Allen. As for the worst, we're somehow going to see another kick in the face later on, but for now, just watch this.
Now we'll go to work. The defender got hit in the head.
Got kicked in the face.
Yes, Tony Allen in an NBA basketball game just kicked a man in the face. What a world. What a world. On to the Miami Heat. We have a kind of random player here.
This is Price. Oh, look out. Pittman slipped.
As you see in the playoffs against the Pacers, Dexter Pittman just went crazy here and elbowed Lance Stevenson in the throat. This was supposedly done in retaliation to Lance making choke signs at LeBron, and if that's true, I guess this is where Dex earned his championship ring for the Heat. With the Milwaukee Bucks, we have none other than the 2-time MVP world champion Giannis, who proceeds to do this in his 2nd season against the Bulls.
Have to hustle back. Numbers again, and Mike Dunleavy splash.
You knew it was coming. Count the basket and a foul.
This seems out of character. So what is the backstory here? Well, in Giannis's 2nd season, in the first round of the playoffs, Mike Dunleavy was playing dirty all game. This included a hit to Michael Carter-Williams and this shove to Giannis himself. So Giannis retaliated, and sure, this wasn't the smartest move, but the Bucks were already down 30 in an elimination game, and the Milwaukee fans and Giannis's teammates seemed to respect this decision. So while the Bulls did win this series in this very game, as a Bulls fan, I can comfortably say Giannis has gotten the last laugh for sure. Now, in his time with the Minnesota Timberwolves, Kevin Love was a double-double machine. However, there is just no excuse for this at all.
The Rockets watched him rebound the ball 3 separate times.
That's a foul there. Now they're Scola and dirty. That's really a foul dirty. Right there. Dirty play kicking him in the face.
As you can see, after he felt like he had just been fouled by Luis Scola a few times, Kevin Love literally went and stepped on Luis Scola's face. Oh yeah, and also for Minnesota, we have this play by Jeff Teague. There's really no commentary needed here. Continuing forward, we are going to save some time with New Orleans and just show some Brandon Ingram clips, because after a lot of searching, there wasn't much more than this. Wait, never mind. When writing this video, I found this foul on Blake Griffin.
Lead pass to Griffin. Oh, he gets brought down hard. That's going to be a flagrant foul for sure.
That was not pretty. The New York Knicks have a long history of basketball, but we're staying recent here, as at the end of a blowout against the Grizzlies, Elfrid Payton went and did this.
At 22 at the half, did Brooks.
Knicks turn it over. And then Payton and Crowder, have to be separated.
Now, Payton did this because it was a blowout and Crowder immediately put up a 3 after stealing the ball. It doesn't matter who took that shot. Don't disrespect the game like that. What do you guys think? Was Elfrid Payton in the right for taking out Jay Crowder, or do you just play until the final whistle blows? Now, with the Oklahoma City Thunder, I don't really feel that bad when Russell Westbrook did this.
Let's just say that. The Pistons are still trying to get there.
Oh, Westbrook with a really hard foul inside as he brought the hammer on Zaza Pachulia.
I mean, what I'm saying here is that Russell Westbrook was basically getting revenge for everyone else. That one was for Kawhi, who we haven't gotten to yet, but we certainly will. Next up is the Orlando Magic, and in the bubble, Aaron Gordon was not happy when Kyle Lowry did this.
Gordon turns the corner in the 4th foul on Kyle. And Aaron Gordon goes down.
And so then months later, after carefully plotting out an amazing revenge, Aaron Gordon forgot everything about his revenge plan, saw Lowry coming up the court, seized the moment, and did this.
I think that they're going to take a look at this. Oh yeah, there's intent there.
Safe to say that Aaron Gordon took that personally. And now we're at the Philadelphia 76ers, and do we need to go any further than Charles Barkley spitting on a young girl? I mean, the Sixers certainly have some hard fouls and some dirty plays, sure, in their franchise history, yeah. But spitting on a fan has got to be way up there overall. Moving away from that, the Phoenix Suns have an incredible collection of dirty plays. Some of these dirty fouls are funny to watch, and just, you'll understand what I mean when you watch Danny Ainge get mad.
Now watch LA number 7, he's going to turn, and look at this. Boom, he hits him right in the face.
What's really great about this play is that the Rockets were up by over 10 in a playoff game, and Mario Elie took the ball to the basket, got an N1, and talked some trash to Danny Ainge after finishing. So because of this, Danny Ainge threw the ball at his face. So this was great, this was hilarious. What isn't great is this foul by Amari Stoudemire.
He played 41 minutes after missing the 3 games. How about that pass? So Bogut, watch out. Oh no. Andrew Bogut came crashing down.
As you just saw, Stoudemire pushed Bogut a little in the back, and that was enough to shatter Bogut's elbow. Finishing up with the Suns, Raja Bell certainly made waves here with this foul on Kobe Bryant.
Bryant dance. Oh my gosh. Bell just clothesline Bryant.
Now, if you don't remember, Raja Bell was supposed to be a Kobe Bryant stopper, but no one could really stop Kobe unless you did exactly what Raja Bell did here. We are now with the Portland Trailblazers, and you may know at one point in time, the Portland Trailblazers were known as the Portland Jailblazers. That era was not pretty and may have been scraped off of YouTube because there were not a lot of dirty fouls committed by the Jailblazers that I could find. What I did find was this foul by CJ McCollum.
Willie Stolen, yes. Hayward, take it to the rack. He is tied up, and thrown down hard by McCollum.
Whenever you foul someone like this on a fast break, there is certainly a huge potential for injury. So if you're an NBA player and you're watching this, just chill. I doubt you are watching this, but it would be cool if you were, and it would be cool if you would chill. For the Sacramento Kings, we're going with a DeMarcus Cousins montage. As I'm talking, you're watching DeMarcus Cousins do some things right now, and here's one of the more dirty plays involved. And now we're at the San Antonio Spurs, where the most devastating play against them was this one.
They go to Nash in backcourt, and he's knocked hard by Ori and fouled, and now Ori is going to get attacked here.
This took place in Game 4 of the 2007 Western Conference semifinals, and because Amari Stoudemire and Boris Diaw left the bench after this happened, they both received a 1-game suspension, and the Suns lost this series. However, in terms of just sheer what is going on, watch this.
Bit interesting here in the third, Raleigh Zerbiak is kicked in the face by Bruce Bowen.
Yes, Bruce Bowen just jump kicked Wally Szczerbiak in the face. If I didn't see this, I don't know what could have been a horrible injury. Luckily, Brown was fine. Moving on, there are a ton of reasons to dislike the Utah Jazz's Karl Malone, and this one really doesn't top my list, but still, what a dirty play.
He comes down slower than any guy in the league. Down he goes, I'll tell you. Oh, he took a blow to the head. Blood all over his forehead.
This was a dirty play by a dirty player. Karl Malone had a history of doing these type of things. Watch here and you can see what he did to David Robinson.
Shooting starts. The Spurs 1 for 5 and Utah 2 for 6, and David Robinson goes down immediately. David got hit and went down, and David may be out.
You, Karl Malone. For the Washington Wizards, I feel like it's great to end this video off by reintroducing none other than Kelly Olynyk in this play.
Gives you a little insight into that next level of thinking that Kobe Bryant has, and Isaiah Thomas has fully embraced it as Olynyk gets called for a foul. Now Oubre goes after him.
Because I'm positive Kelly Oubre felt that Olynyk was playing dirty, and so he responded in a big way, absolutely trucking him. This to me is a dirty play, sure, but out of all of these dirty plays, this is more on the funny side. I mean, no one got hurt, so it was kind of just crazy to see Oubre lay Olynyk out. And there we have it, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you do, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. Also, please make sure to like this video. It really helps me out a ton with YouTube's algorithm. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much for supporting. You're awesome. We all know it. And as always, have an awesome day, guys, and cue that music. If you're still here while the music is cued, here are 2 videos I think you are definitely going to enjoy. Make sure to click on one of them. Again, I know you're gonna love it. And other than that, have a great day and peace.